Should we talk about then this loser? If Daniel Bryan loses, he leaves Smackdown versus the Universal, one of the world champions. Roman Reigns, Daniel Bryan on SmackDown. Paul Heyman in the corner, and Rudy Charles, good old Rudy Ray Charles, the referee. They don't call him by that anymore. Actually, their referees are anonymous drones, clones that have been made in a laboratory because they don't have names. I wonder if the WWE referees have belly buttons. What do you think?
A backwards thumb, so you know that it's a G.I. Joe.
Well, either that or that little pinky finger that doesn't bend. That way we know they're one of the invaders. Anyway, I mentioned earlier, Heyman classic promo. Everybody that wants to ever speak on a wrestling show should watch that promo, and then you'll realize how hopeless you are and just quit. They started it off hot. And the only thing I could think of is these guys look so good and they look so smooth. While they're not doing smooth, effortless, choreographed shit, they are working in a smooth fashion where they're actually grabbing the holes and they're shoving each other into the ropes to throw them off. But they're just so talented at doing it. And both guys look like a couple athletes. Daniel Bryan's smaller, but in this case, obviously he's the baby face. It works because there's that big bully Roman Reigns. And the way they were working it was that Daniel Bryan would be aggressive. He has to be aggressive. He's got to be faster. He's got to be all over this big fucker. But then Roman Reigns might shut him down with one big shot. And again, of course, they almost immediately went to a break. I know they were doing a long match, but I don't know why. On a championship match like this, I always like it when they're going to have the in-ring introductions and the big entrances and everything. Have the introductions and just say, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in 2 minutes with the bell for the championship match. Bryan and Reigns right after this, and ring the bell on the other side of the break. If they're not already hooked, for fuck's sake. Anyway, Reigns got heat on him and slowed it down and healed on him. Roman Reigns, his shit is sharp. He follows through with it. He's got heel attitude and body language, the facial expressions. You understand what he's fucking doing. And Daniel Bryan, for all his experience at being the underdog, the smaller guy, he's great at fighting back from underneath with a big bully. But when they would do even big moves that we constantly criticize so many of the modern folks for just doing these ridiculous moves, and then a finish will be a jackknife or a small package or whatever. These guys, they're doing the big moves, but they're registering them like it about half kills them, and they're taking the time to sell it, and there's a plausible way they get out of something or whatever. It's not just insulting and stupid, just over and over like a drum solo that never ends. They're peaks and valleys. Daniel Bryan goes for the Hurricane Run off the top, and Reigns catches him because he's fucking strong and power bombs him off the top. That was a heck of a false finish, and that was also a break spot. Now they didn't have to pop back up and go into cartwheels. And when they came back from the break, they were on the floor. And guess what? Reigns rattled him off the fucking rail or whatever and tossed him back in the ring and covered him and tried to win the match. And then they were back in the ring. So there's a nice placement of doing something on the floor where you left them in the ring selling. Now you come back and they're on the floor fighting. Oh, shit, well, that'll hook you. But then they're still having a match, and they can't do anything out there on the floor. They got to win in the ring, so boom, they get back in the ring, cover, boom, 1-2, kick out, go on. Daniel Bryan hits Roman Reigns with that belly to back off the top, and both of them sold it like death. Did you see the bounce on Reigns that he fucking went with it? He looked like a fucking porpoise out of water. Boom. And then when Bryan crawls over and gets a 1, 2.5. Oh, no. And they go back and forth, but it's plausible. Daniel Bryan throws the kicks when the big guy's down, but when the big guy gets up and gets a base, he can catch him. Then Reigns goes out to the floor. Daniel Bryan does the dive. Reigns catches him in his arms and belly to bellies him on the floor. Boom. Holy shit. And now Daniel Bryan's fucked. But as Roman Reigns goes over and tries to hit him with the spear, Daniel Bryan didn't make a fucking comeback and press slam the guy after getting belly to bellied on the floor. He just fucking fell out of the way, and Reigns hits the goddamn barricade. Now they both sell and go through the break. They come back. They each did their big moves, but not in a row. When Daniel Bryan hit the big diving headbutt, boom, and he got a 2.5 count, Reigns didn't immediately get up and pick him up over his head and twirl him 3 times. No, they sold, and then finally they worked into a thing where Reigns came out of nowhere with the Superman punch. 2.5 count. Not quite. And Daniel Bryan tries to out-wrestle him with a couple of quick false finishes, quick wrestling moves. And then Reigns hits that big spear and knocks him out of his fucking shoes and almost gets it. They had good false finishes. They were back and forth. They were plausible. They were logical. It didn't, just come out of nowhere. Nobody took a fucking clothesline and then did a nip up as soon as they touched the mat and threw a fucking enziguri or whatever the fuck. And finally, it's modern WWE style. I never like to see a heel beat a top babyface, just beat him without any kind of out, distraction, even a mistake or whatever. But it was a great match, and Bryan hung in there every bit of the way. And then finally, he got the long yes lock. Reigns couldn't get out of it. He rolled through it a time or whatever the fuck. Finally, he turned out and power bombed him, grounded and pounded him, or pounded and grounded him, depending on. Michael said it right this time. It wasn't Michael Cole, was it? Well, there you go. Or was it Michael Cole on this fucking thing? I can't remember.
I thought it was. I thought it was him and McAfee.
You go. Yeah, it was him and McAfee. So then he said it right. He must have heard the show last week where we criticized that. Anyway, another power bomb and a front face lock, and Daniel Bryan passes out. That's all. I know they like to do it these days, that the heel can just beat the baby face and there's no excuse and there's no out. When you're a top guy, even if Bryan had made one mistake on his own and they'd done the same thing, but nevertheless, great match. No weapons, very minimal out of the ring. They didn't bury the referee. Everything made sense. Even if they didn't identify him, they didn't bury him. Everything made sense here, and it was done in a professional, serious manner. But then, of course, they can't leave anything alone. I will get your comments here in a second, but there was an afterbirth. Reigns goes for that stupid concerto bit, but Cesaro hits and makes save and wails on fucking Roman Reigns, and then Uso stops Cesaro, and they tie Cesaro up in the ropes, and Roman Reigns gave Daniel Bryan the chair deal anyway, and it looked phony as shit. And actually, even though they cut right on top of it, even on my DVR, you set it on slow motion, and you could see right through it. And that's why the back of the chair bent, because he hit the fucking mat with the other chair on it. Never touched Bryan. Bryan Danielson is his real goddamn name. And nobody expects it to, because you would see brains explode. So they had a great athletic contest. They got all the way through this without anything looking suspect, phony, or otherwise whatever. And then, can't he just hit him with the fucking chair? Or then don't do it. But why do something that looks phony that any putz with a DVR can see through? Because you can't do that move and make it look right unless you do kill the guy, who, by the way, has a history of concussions. Do something else. Your thoughts?
Really good match. These guys work well together. I enjoyed the match they had a few months ago at one of the pay-per-views. You refused to watch it because you had just been exposed to Randy Orton versus Alexa Bliss.
That's right.
So you turned it off, but they worked really well there. They worked well in the three-way match at WrestleMania. Here they are here. I had a similar thought, or of a similar vein to what you said earlier. As soon as you're watching, like, these guys are wrestlers. They both have a look. They both seem well-versed in the ring. Like, you never see anyone trip on their own feet or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, these guys are wrestlers, and it's really good. I do it a little less of, at times, with Roman. See, his acting is good, but sometimes it's like the facial expressions as he's punching the ground. Like, come on, you're not King Kong. Like,
they tell him to do that stuff.
I know.
That's part of the.
I know. And Michael Cole has to yell out, "That's vintage this," and yell out the guy's nickname. I get it. But it was really good. I wasn't crazy, like you said, about the thing at the end. I actually watched it on mute when Cesaro came out, and then the Uso attacked him, and then they all got in there. And we'll have to see what happens with Daniel Bryan.
Where will he pop up?
There are a lot of people that he's the one guy who's active. Like, CM Punk, you hear this about. But Daniel Bryan's the one active guy that you still have a lot of fans. Wow, imagine if he went to AEW. Imagine if he went to New Japan. Imagine if he went to CMLL. Like, he's the one guy people fantasize about him going to different places and working.
I think he does too. Fantasize about going to different, because he likes wrestling. He wouldn't have gone through all this if he didn't. And, I wish that more of his generation of independent wrestlers, instead of the modern generation of independent wrestlers, were in promotions other than the WWE. Guys that still take the business seriously, and maybe we wouldn't have some of the tomfoolery we've got in other places. But the point is, if he just pops up on Raw or whatever, then that's kind of, on the stipulation. But a very good match. But you know what, Brian, to be honest, if Daniel Bryan is off of SmackDown forever, I know this would be a tragedy of epic proportions for him personally because of his deep love and commitment to the SmackDown brand. But if he is off of SmackDown, I can figure out something that we can get him that will make him feel better and make him remember his glory months on SmackDown this year. We can get him a painting by Paint Your Life of him standing in front of the SmackDown logo. What do you think?
I think it's a good idea. I was afraid you were transitioning to Stephen P. New. I didn't know what you wanted to get Daniel Bryan.
No,
on his way out of WWE.
I don't think Stephen would sue to get him back on SmackDown. He likes Daniel Bryan. But anyway, if you do want to get a painting of yourself in a place you would love to be but haven't been there in a while or ever, or if you'd like to get a painting of your family all together, even if they never were in real life, the folks at Paint Your Life can fix you up, because they take any photograph or combination of photographs and turn them into professional hand-painted portraits. You can choose from a team of world-class artists. You can go through the quick and easy process of ordering the portrait and get it in about 3 weeks. And you can send any picture, as I said, yourself, your kids, your family, special place, cherished pet, or combine photos for generations, or put yourself in the place you'd like to be, or put your wife in the place you'd like her to be, somewhere in a painting far, far away, and you put it on the wall and you look at whatever the case may be. All you got to do is go to paintyourlife.com and check it out. There's no risk. If you love the final painting, or if you don't love the final painting, your money is refunded. If you love the final painting, and most people do, well, then you're happy and we're done here. But right now, as a limited time offer, you can get 20% off your painting from paintyourlife.com, 20% off and free shipping. And to get this special offer, you just text the word DRIVE, D-R-I-V-E, to 64,000. Drive to 64,000. That's 64 with 3 zeros. Drive to 64000. Paint Your Life. Celebrate the moments that matter most. And if you get kicked off a SmackDown, remember the glory years. Terms apply. Available at paintyourlife.com/terms.